Oh, to be young and naive again, huh? This is so cool. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dane Bramage Rocks channel. All right, this is awesome. This is technically my first time ever reacting to a Shinedown song on this channel that I have not already heard, and this is going to be phenomenal. It just dropped actually today, and I'm hopefully going to get this out within a week. I actually did post not too long ago, like my take on when I went and saw Shinedown live when they came to my local area, and that is about all I have on Shinedown on this channel. And if you want to see that, I'll have a link following this channel to where I explain the concert and how everything went and how phenomenal they were live and all the things that happened, I think about a year ago now. But finally, they have dropped a brand new song called Young Again, and also was the song that premiered on here that came from their their new studio album called 8. And I don't know if you've heard any of the tracks on that album, but it's absolutely phenomenal. And this, to me personally, is one of the best albums they have ever put together, because everything on that I've heard so far is just fantastic, and there's no slowing them down. Seeing them live is like one of the best shows you'll ever see, and just hearing them on the radio, and then this album, which I can't wait to get in my hands, should be here any minute or day now, and it'll be hung up on that wall. But regardless, getting Shinedown on this channel finally, and I'm stoked for it. So without further ado, this premiered not even an hour ago and is already peaking at 6,000 views. Shinedown, Young Again. Are you ready? Good, me too. Here we go. I almost feel like none of that made sense because I was rambling on, and that's how excited I am about Shinedown. And they're just super phenomenal, and there's no arguing. They're one of the best bands on the planet. Let's do this. Oh my. That's groovy. See what I mean? Dude, they don't write bad music. I don't know how they do it. I mean, no kidding, one of the best bands on the planet. And I want to say, I heard this recently on the radio, I think on Sirius XM, they stated that Shinedown has more #1 hits than any band in history, or at least any rock band in history. And taking out some of those other leaders. And that's a phenomenal accolade to behold. But it's no wonder, because they don't stop. They're just so good at doing this and just writing these groovy jams that people just love, and you can just feel, and it's just like want to, jam out to. It's nonstop. These guys are freaking phenomenal. We stayed out past curfew, planning our next move, just to see how it feels. And is that the Shinedown logo? Better give this a break. I don't want to get a copyright strike. So, um, the story is actually phenomenal. So they're underneath that same street light. They're going back and forth. They're obviously playing underneath it right now, but then flashing back to that exact same area where all the kids were playing, like kind of give them a glimpse to like a story of like them in their childhood or playing around. Not sure if they knew each other for that long, but it's still kind of neat just to like reminisce, right? Like you when remembering back when you were young, just playing with your friends outside, everything was carefree, didn't have a worry in the world, and revisiting that youth and that stuff that built to us to who we are today. And I think it's a phenomenal story. I love when they do stuff like this. And gosh darn it, Brett Smith, one of the most powerhouse vocalists on the planet, bar none. There's no arguing that. And this just they don't write bad music. This song is already stuck in my head. It's already catchy and it's already a hit. And it's just, oh my God, I'm gonna wear that album out. I'm so excited. Oh, to be young and naive again, huh? This is so cool. Under the streetlights. That was adorable. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to be said. It's Shinedown. They're freaking amazing and one of my favorite bands ever. And gosh, album a new album coming out or a new album that's out now, 8. And if you, again, you saw the track list, I think there's 16 of them on there and like 10 of those I already know and are super phenomenal. I'm just like what's funny? What's cool about Shinedown? Every single one of their albums since they started doing this can also be like a greatest hits in its own right because every single song is like a greatest hits. I mean, again, if I heard that right in the radio the other day, I'm just trying to recall. I think they did actually take over and have more number one hits than any other rock band out there, or maybe just any other band. Period. But I'll have to look that up and verify it for you. But stick around for a few minutes. Let's wrap this bad boy up. All right, so yeah, if you do a search like who has the most number one hits of any rock band, they're going to tell you the Beatles right off the bat. And stuff's, information's coming out so fast, and they hold 20 number one singles, the Beatles. However, I went back in and say, how many number one hits does Shinedown have? And apparently Shinedown holds the all-time record for the most number one hits on a Billboard mainstream rock airplay chart with 23. The band also comes 25 number one singles on the Mediabase active rock chart. Their record extending track Safe and Sound became their latest chart topper, and that was just announced. So I think that's what they were going off of. So if you do a search who has most number one hits out of any band, they'll say the Beatles with 20. But here they are saying Shinedown has 25. So you know what? Take it as you want. Jumping over here real quick. This is the album that just dropped, 8, and the 8 studio album from Shinedown on Pink and Black. So this is one of their web store exclusive. This is actually from the Shinedown.com store, and 18 tracks. I think I said 16, and so many hits. Dance Kid Dance, 365, which is one of my personal favorites. Young Again, we just heard. Safe and Sound, Searchlight, which is also one of my favorites. Deep End, Killing Fields, which was one of their, I think that was their first one they released. That might have been the introductory, the first song they released, the first single there, and then ending with the pilot. They have CDs, they have multiple like prints that they have on their vinyl there, and absolutely phenomenal. So kind of super excited about that. And the Shinedown, .com website. This is from their store, has all the merch that you could possibly want from this new drop, as they are announcing it and pushing it very heavily, and it's super phenomenal. But it's awesome to get Brent on this channel, you know, finally to react to a live song. And I encourage you, so at the end of this wrap up here, go ahead and check out the link that will follow, is when I go through and kind of like show clips from the live concert that I was at when they were here last year, and, you know, take you on that whole journey. And it was super, super phenomenal. But thank you guys for checking this out. Leave me those comments. Let me know what you think. Shinedown is one of my favorite bands of all time. Hopefully it's one of yours as well. What'd you think of the new song, the new album, all the things? Tell me your Shinedown story. I'm ready to hear for it. So premiered now 80 minutes ago with almost 7,000 views. Shinedown, Young Again. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for checking this out. And until next time, keep on rocking.